November 2025 is the date set for Parliament to be restored to its former glory. The Secretary to Parliament, George, says he is quite confident that this date will be met. And while the heritage aspect of the restoration process will be adhered to, there will be added features. Parliament was set alight, to give you context, back in January of last year, with the damage estimated at 2 billion rand. But to date, only one person, Zandile Mafe, has been arrested and charged. Here's eNCA senior reporter Ayesha Ismail with more.
The actual restoration of Parliament is scheduled to start in January next year. But this does not mean that no work has been done thus far. Addressing the Parliamentary Press Gallery Association, the Secretary to Parliament, George, says Parliament was declared a crime scene for many months to allow law enforcement agencies to do their work. Structural engineers also had to declare the area safe before Parliament could take over. This happened in March this year. He says the heritage of the building will be preserved as well as artifacts.
As we reconstruct Parliament, we do restoration. We must also respond to space requirements of a democratic Parliament. At the same time, respond to the aspirations of South Africans. What type of Parliament they would like to see? How must it look like? How does it embody the spirit of the uniqueness of South Africa, a multicultural society, a tapestry of rich heritage that reflects the deep historical structure of our society.
He wants South Africans to participate and give input into the rebuilding of the People's Parliament. And while we know that Zandile Mafe has been arrested and charged with arson and terrorism, we don't know the outcome of Parliament's internal investigation.
Ayesha, the investigation has been completed, and we're busy internally with the due process of checking recommendations and also examining options for implementation of some of the key recommendations that spoke to policy weaknesses, governance weaknesses, and also look at areas where we may have defaulted in terms of our work. And all of those issues require a careful examination. Weaknesses in security were also extensively identified, and we will be able to detail those. And we are now in a process of strengthening security of Parliament. We are almost at the tail end of concluding the appointment of a Chief of Security for Parliament to make sure that we stabilize the operating environment and provide much needed leadership to what was existing before, a much more weakened security operations of Parliament.
George says the outcome of this investigation will be made public. Ayesha Ismail, Cape Town.